and good evening, friends. Today we have gathered here on this topic, FDI, whether it is a boon or a bane. This topic starts from the point that retail economy is a major part of the Indian GDP. It accounts for 14 to 15% of the GDP of India, and if you put a worth to it, it is 450 billion US dollar worth, and Indian retail business is one of the top five. Is among the first five retail business. Now, since up to 2011, the Indian government had put a lot of restrictions on this FDIs, and this stopped the foreign market from entering our Indian economy, and there was no ownership given to them for this for the ownerships in the supermarkets or in the retail outlets. In November 2011, government introduced certain reforms in this FDI sector, and with this the multi-brands like Walmart, Tesco got a lot of chance to enter the market, and with this it also opened up a lot of debates on the advantages and disadvantages of the foreign direct investments. Friends, these two gentlemen from our group, Ashwin and Ashish, will now deliberate on the point as to whether FDI is a boon or a bane.
Hi, hello everybody, respected members of the jury. Am I audible? Audible, no problem. I don't prefer using, if I'm audible, I would prefer talking. I will be talking against FDI in retail in India. We have heard a lot, many points on in favor and against. One of the points which was in favor was that one of the conditions for FDI is $100 million inflow. What is $100 million in an Indian economy of $1.8 trillion? Nothing. I don't think we need 100 million to really set up the retail sector or to bring about the change in retail sector in India. Globally, India is just talking about opening up the space for retail in FDI. Globally, let me take an example of say Walmart. Walmart has already penetrated in the countries like South America. You talk about Chile, you talk about Argentina, you talk about Mexico. There are facts and figures which prove that post Walmart entering these respective countries, average 1/3 of the small shops have closed down their shops in a period of 1.5 years. The average wages for the retail sectors employed by Walmart has fallen by 13 to 15% in a span of 2 years. Walmart, Carrefour, Tesco has the policy of PTLC, which is nothing but everyday low prices. How do you achieve it? They achieve it by paying their suppliers the lowest possible prices. They achieve it by paying their employees the lowest possible wages. In Malaysia, Walmart entered, and so for that matter, Carrefour entered in the year 2001. When they entered, they were sourcing from 300 odd so-called middlemen and intermediaries. From 2004, those 300 has come down to 30 people. So that's the impact of this conglomerates and multinationals, because the deep pockets, they can sustain to incur losses for a longer period of time. But the fact is that they don't compromise on the margins in long run. They push their suppliers, they push their vendors, they push their own employees. Walmart is coming to India for what? Okay, we also heard that middlemen will vanish, farmers will get their price reduced and consumer prices will come down. Today, let me take an example of, say, an apple. Apple may be costing to a consumer is say 20 rupees. Again, that the farmer may be getting say 5 or 6 rupees. The 15 rupees is pocketed by the middleman. That's the perception. Tomorrow, Walmart coming, what will happen? Farmer will end up getting maybe 1 rupee more. Consumer will end up paying maybe 1 rupee less. The balance 14 or 13 rupees is all going to be pocketed by Walmart. It's not going to come to India in any way. All this money will be repatriated back to their shareholders wherever they are based. That will further add pressure on our balance of exchange. Walmart is a global player. They can source from wherever they want to. To ensure that they maintain the prices low, they source the most of their products from the low-cost countries like China, Southeast Asia, African countries. That has a natural consequences of increasing the import from in the country where they are. So it's a double whammy. Not only the import will go up, but because they will also repatriate their money out of India, there will be further pressure on the balance of payment. Nutshell, I would like to conclude that entries of players like Walmart, Tesco, Carrefour will only result into depressing wages for the players in the retail, for the employees or workers in the retail sector. It will increase the pressure on input and the balance of payment, and it will wipe out a lot of jobs in terms of retail sectors, in terms of intermediaries, and in nutshell, it's not the disadvantages will be far ahead of as compared to the advantages. Thank you.
Thanks, Ashish and ma'am, for having given me a short platform to present my case for the introduction of FDI training. Greetings and good wishes from batch, group 2. First, before we begin this discussion on FDI and retail in the year 2012, I would like to take you guys back in 1978, precisely 1977. IBM, Coca-Cola and Pepsi were kicked out of India in 1977. China gave them a red carpet welcome in 1978. World is witness, history is witness. Where is China and where is India? This is the first case. Indian corporates, India Incorporated, the capitalistic India is hailing the government's move for introduction of FDI and retail. Remember, these are the guys who have taken India to the world map. Remember, there is no very minimum Indian companies in Fortune 500, Reliance, Tata Group. They are people who have come out of hard work. They are people who have established their theories of growth, established their theories of sustainability. Third thing, the 12th and the 13th five-year plan of the government of India states that $1 trillion should be invested to create infrastructure. Infrastructure is necessary for sustaining a high level of growth over a period of time. And high level of growth over a period of time means you lift more people to better standards of living. FDI and retail, something, I think we get too patriotic when we begin to discuss the topics which relate to a common man. Job losses. So I agree that probably there might be some losses somewhere or the other. Remember, some my friend suggested that probably the unorganized sector will get into a diminishing scenario, etc. I will pick 21st. First, FDI and retail. Look at the board perspective. The consumer stands to benefit. The person who produces the product stands to benefit. ITC Chopras in Haryana approved that farmers are being given better prices. 35% of the investments will be going into supply chain management. Remember, the wastage in India due to supply chain mismanagement is more than that. The point is, the more we produce, the more we will be able to get into the main markets to the consumers. Third thing, 40 million people will be jobless by 2021st. Remember, 54 cities in India are eligible for introduction of FDI and retail. How many of them they will eventually come in is subject to more consensus and more discussions. Take me to Delhi. Delhi has already malls. If they need to come into Delhi, they need to replace the new mall or existing mall. What happened? Subiksha, Vishal Mega Mall. There are instances where wrong policies have taken the doom. Big Bazaar or Pandora retail is running into continuous losses. FDI in retail is not a success story everywhere. Then you might ask a different question. Why do I invocate FDI in retail? Please understand, we do not have the expertise. This is a fact we have to accept. That as far as coming to defining our culture, as far as coming to defining our patriotism, we are great. But do we have the capacity to run world-class companies? Remember, sir, Tata Motors is run by a German. He is the new CEO of Tata Motors. We need to accept, if we need to grow, the first thing is something is a problem because it has a solution. The solution FDI provides might not be the best solution, but please understand, they cannot make best the enemy of better. For the want of a better solution, they cannot prolong the agony of. One thing they said, that the skimming mechanism will kill the domestic industries. FDI in detail will actually kill the domestic manufacturing sector. Cheap goods will be bought in India. So we have a Customs Act which stipulates that where a product which is imported in India is threatening the government, the local industry, the government can charge duties to make sure that the local industry is protected. Prices, they have got a Competition Commission of India which levied a penalty of 6,600 crores on cement cartels because they are manipulating the prices of cements. India is a very strong economy. We had FDI insurance. What happened? ANG.
1 minute left.
Yes, thanks. AIG or Max. What happened? They have not run away with the money. Agree that repatriation will be a problem. But please understand, Pepsi and Coca-Cola, they took 10 years to gain a single rupee of profit in India. But in these 10 years, Indian economy stood to gain the most. I never say FDI is the solution to all problems. We need to develop indigenous methods to take a country to a level of sustained growth. But the point is, given the present scenario, we are in a delicate situation. 5 years or 15 years from the dawn, history will judge us not for the things we did, but for the things we failed to do. For the opportunities we let go. This country deserves the leadership, and we need to provide it. Thank you very much.